Well, that's the end of day one of WTC. Aussies are 327 4-3 on the stumps. Let's talk about everything that unfolded on day one. Well, India won the toss, elected to bowl first, and nothing apart from that in the three challenging sessions. That's because what was not considered a great batting pitch, the Aussies went on a rampage and took on India's wayward attack and got into the driving seat at the end of day one. Now, if we just talk about the playing 11 combination, before we get there, let me tell you, they went from a 76 for 3 to a 327 for 3, which had Travis Head contribute a century, which had 22 fours and a 6, and of course, Steve Smith being Steve Smith in big matches. Now, talking about the biggest talking point about the playing 11, as to why was Ravichandran Ashwin not a part of that playing 11. Given the fact that he has great stats against the Aussies and it's an oval track, a lot of discussions were around how ridiculous is it to even talk about the fact that whether he should be there or not be there because it's such a given, but he wasn't. And if we take a look at what Ricky Ponting had to say, Ricky Ponting said that he had seen the surface and below the grass, the soil was white, which means there was dryness underneath, which would have helped Ravichandran Ashwin get back into the game. And more importantly, out of the top 7, top 4 were left-handed batters. You had David Warner, you had Alex Carey, you had Travis Head, and you had Usman Khwaja. So, Ashwin's record against left-handers. Apart from that, Sachin Tendulkar also mentioned a very interesting thing where Ravichandran Ashwin is and has enough experience and skill to take the pitches out of equation. So India could have counted a punt on him. Now, you guys let me know what you think about Ravichandran Ashwin not being there in the squad in the comment section below. Well, apart from that, even in terms of, India did not get the kind of control they expected from their third and the fourth quick between Umesh Yadav as well as Shardul Thakur. 32 overs were bowled and 129 runs conceded for the loss of just 1 wicket. So yeah, that game plan also didn't work in our favor. Let's talk about how it went about. India started off well. Mohammad Shami and Siraj once again great with the new ball. And in 12 overs, they conceded just 29 runs and also sent Usman Khwaja back in the pavilion for a duck. But then bowling changes got Umesh Yadav and Shardul Thakur in the mix of things. And they leaked easy runs, because of which, of course, David Warner did go back to the pavilion before lunch, but India had lost a little bit of control. Now, post-lunch, India went back to Shami and Siraj, and Shami delivered a peach of a delivery to get Marnus Labuschagne back to the pavilion. But after that, again, bowling changes and again not going in India's way, because Travis Head came in and he came in with an intent. He came in with an intent to knock India out of the park. On the other hand, you had Steve Smith, who was seen struggling with the uneven bounce, also with the sideways movements, but at the end of the day, he made and capitalized on Thakur's over. And before tea, Aussies were 174-3. Now, post tea, India went back to Umesh Yadav as well as Jadeja, the two least likely to take wickets at that juncture. And by the time Travis Head's century came in, it was time for bowling rotations. And India just seemed like it was out of options. It seemed like it was out of ideas. Rohit's captaincy and field placements were point of contentions. And there we have it. The Aussies in the driving seat. They're leading the way as of now at the end of day one. It's 327 4-3. You tell me, do you see in India unfolding in a totally different fashion on day 2? Or is this going the Aussies' way? We still have 4 days to go. Stay tuned.